Human beings came here to create. We are brilliant as a species of taking the energy of a thought, of a belief, of an idea, of a creative download, and manifesting it into physical form, whether it is money, a product, a service, a piece of art, poetry, music, a meal, a bottle of wine, all the things, all of the endeavors that we humans engage in to create, really from soul, from heart, from mind, for its own sake. And so today I want to talk about how we create, how we get into this incredible flow state where the energies just seem to come together, the creative download of the divine feminine, taking fiery action with that amazing divine masculine and turning it into something for impact, to be of service, to entertain, to make us laugh, cry, feel something, to enjoy. The list goes on and on. And so that is what I'd like to talk about today, this idea of being in flow and really tuning in where time just flies by, where everything just seems to click, where you really fall into whatever it is you are creating in a really powerful way, and what can stop you from being in flow. For sure, on an energetic level, it is about mindset, but it really transcends even mindset because it's energy, it's flow, it's connection. You are downloading amazing things directly from source to you. Your soul is amazing. That is why you are here. That's what we're going to be talking about today. What knocks you out of flow and how you can get back in. Welcome to my channel, Infinite You. I am Dr. Sherry, and I am super passionate about my purpose to remind you to connect at a deeper level, be intentional about the way that you live your life, enjoy being in this three-dimensional reality. We're here to create, to explore, to have adventures, to enjoy the tiny little amount of time we actually do have on this beautiful planet. There are days we think that it's, going to last forever, and there are days that it feels very time limited. But at the end of the day, we are here to create. So I'm looking right now at my notes because I want to talk about this without, really missing a beat here. So let's get started. The top 10 flow blockers that can keep you out of this high vibration state where it almost can feel like an outer body experience, where you literally can get yourself into a creative project or endeavor and time no longer exists because you are channeling your brilliance and this creative download directly from source. So the number, I think I'm going to count backwards just for fun. You know what? Let's just do it that way. So, number 10 on the list that will knock you out of flow is forgetting that you are the creator, right? That you are the channel for your creation. And so I would say with that, the best way to remember that you are creating your reality, that you are taking that energetic idea, that impulse, that creative download, like I said, and you are moving that energy from source, and you're getting very clear on the idea, and you are taking action to bring it to life, to bring that vibrational idea into a little bit of a lower vibration and bringing it into physical reality. The best way to remember who you are, why you're here, and your passion, your purpose, what lights you up, what lights up your path, what makes your soul happy is remember who you are, remember why you're here. And if you get disconnected in that way, which is really easy to do in three-dimensional reality, right? Because we can feel separate in this lower vibration on this physical plane, is to have a little bit, it doesn't have to be huge, a daily intentional practice to bring you back into connecting and centering yourself and grounding yourself into the essence of who you are and your passion and your purpose. And so every morning, take a moment before you get out of bed. For sure, if you want to manifest things, you can visualize, and there are lots of things you can do: meditate, visualize, journal. But in an instant, these are my words for you to remember who you are and how powerful of a creator you are. When you wake up, ask yourself, who do I want to be today? Who do you want to be today? Just for today. How do you want to feel today? What do you want to do today? Who are you? How do you want to feel? And what do you want to do? That is number 10 to keep you connected, going from forgetting who you are to remembering who you are. Number 9 on the list. Here's a big one: limiting beliefs and subconscious blocks. You know this, your beliefs shape your reality. And if deep down you don't believe that flow is possible, you will definitely keep experiencing the feeling of resistance. What do I mean by resistance? Resistance is anything that is keeping you from manifesting your desire, manifesting your dreams, creating your reality, creating an outcome, a project, an idea, whatever it is. Like I mentioned at the very beginning of this video, whatever it is you are endeavoring to create, if you feel like a flow state is not possible for you, that is definitely a limiting belief that you can overcome. And I just have a little bit of a mantra here that I wrote down. I allow flow. I trust life. I am supported. So that belief that you just can't find your flow, remember what flow is. It's the idea of everything coming together for you. That's a phenomenal affirmation, and I do believe I've said this in another video, but I'll give you another take on it. I powerfully create my reality every day with ease and flow. I powerfully create my reality every day with ease and flow. Number 8 on the list: lack of deep work and focus. This is really important, and I want to talk about this. I love, love, love deep work. And at first, I was a little bit resistant to it as well because it felt, really heavy to me. It felt the opposite of flow to me. And so basically, what deep work is that it really does just keep you focused in the moment on a particular project you're working on. So it could be, you know, a product you're creating, a service you're creating, a course you're creating, a book you are writing, a piece of art, a piece of music, whatever this big project may be that you are bringing from the non-physical into the physical. You are, and I probably will kind of repeat this throughout this video. I think that it's really important. So remember, you're channeling from the divine feminine, right? In silence, in darkness, in stillness, being connected to your heart and your soul. You're getting these creative downloads from one mind, from the quantum field, from all that is. from God's mind, whatever, however you want to label it. You are a channel for whatever we are creating here on planet Earth. And humans are just such an amazing, beautiful channel and a vessel for that. And so, deep work. It's very easy if you are not engaged in a deeper level of work to knock yourself out of flow. So, if you are working on something, you're creating something, and you didn't silence your phone, the doorbell rings, you've got the TV on in the background, whatever the case may be, whatever your main distractions are, what deep work is to get you into that flow state, that divine feminine and that divine masculine, is absolutely plan on 2 to 4 hours. I definitely have gotten to the point where I can get into deep work for 4 to 5 hours, but really our eyes need a break if we're on the computer. Our brains can have cognitive overload after a couple of hours. So tune into what works for you. Let's just say that you are going to plan on working undisturbed for 2 hours. That is what deep work is. And definitely for me, because I'm in the space of creating content and offers and digital programs and that kind of thing, I spend a lot of time like in technology, writing copy, building a funnel, all of the menial tasks that can seem like kind of boring and, redundant and not necessarily a lot of fun. Although I don't mind it, for sure I don't. There are parts of it that I love, 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 like the graphic design part of it and, writing copy. I also love that too. Right? So think of all of the things, the little things that need to happen to get your project going. If you're writing a book, you still have to edit it. You still have to find your words. You still have to, decide and delineate what your chapters are going to be, all of that stuff. So deep work is that beautiful masculine energy where you're really like tuned into taking action based on whatever that creative download happens to be in that moment in time. So plan on deep work. Make sure you are doing this in a very non-distracted environment so you can make the most of your time. If I if I block off a 2 hour window, I literally can be working for 4 to 5 hours and I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe it just feels really good. It feels really flowy. So that's number 8, right? What can keep you out of flow? That lack of deep work and that focus. It matters. It feels really good. And at the end of the day, you can say, oh my gosh, this project I thought was a bear, and like now I can see like a light to the end of the tunnel for the work that I really want to bring into the world. Number 7, neglecting the body mind soul connection can definitely keep you out of flow. Flow is not just a mental state, it is a full body experience. It is a whole body experience where every part of you, body, mind, and soul, are saying hell yes to this amazing endeavor that you've got to bring onto the planet. And so, if your body is out of sync, if your mind is out of sync, if you're not aligning with the essence of who you are, vibrationally, you're going to feel a little bit off. And so, it really is important to prioritize, ground yourself, move your body, breathe, meditate, get into a state of mindfulness, a practice of just like 5 to 10 minutes again in the morning where you can breathe in, calm your mind, calm your body in that beautiful boost your parasympathetic nervous system, calm your mind, calm your body through connection. And I think part of that connection too, and really getting into that, it's really, yes, it's mindfulness, but it's really about being intentional. Because when we are intentional, and it doesn't take a long time, It doesn't even have to be a practice, in my opinion. You get to decide in every moment who you are and who you want to be. That's what I mean by intention. So it's really not a compartmentalized sort of like way of being in the world. It's sort of a practicing to get there where you are living in every moment with feeling connected to your body, your mind, and your soul. Because when we're in that place, it just feels so good, and we're raising our vibration and we're tuning into a different frequency and a different level of potential of who we are, right? This is where we begin to like break barriers, like in our own personal understanding of like whatever limits that we've created about who we think we are and what we're capable of. So tuning in to body, mind, and soul definitely matters. It definitely will boost your vibration, and you'll feel really, really good. And you can enter that flow state with that deep work. And I want to say this too, there are days that you just may not be feeling it. And in those days you're not feeling it, definitely decide, go through a mindfulness practice of just breathing, letting things go, calming your mind, tuning into your body, tuning into your soul, you know, filling your mind with like beautiful, happy thoughts, whatever it takes for you to get there. And then get back, then get into that deep work. And I'm saying that because we're human, and then there are just days that we kind of just feel off. And when we're feeling off, you can decide today is not a day that I'm going to do X, Y, or Z. Today is not a day for deep work. And you could, I don't know, go for a walk or clean the house or get other responsibilities taken care of, and then you may be able to get into deep work at a later part of your day. But if you're not feeling it on a particular day, you don't have to force it. But just know that you can intentionally, energetically get back into that flow state. So be kind to yourself in this process. Number 6 on the list, things that can knock us out of flow: unclear vision or mismatched energy. You cannot attract what you're not a vibrational match for. If your vision is not clear, your results will not be either. I I'm a firm believer in clarity. And I do want to say, here we go, like get specific. What do you want? How does it feel? Align your energy to that. The thing about clarity is that in many, many ways, it's kind of like really to me the backbone for creating and manifesting whatever it is you have, whatever it is you want to create and manifest. Personally, I think clarity really comes from connecting to soul. Clarity does a lot of things, and so this is another part, um another tool that you can use to get very, very clear. When I talk about clarity and connection, this is what I mean. Connect to who you are. Remember who you are. Remember your soul came here for a purpose, for a reason. Get clear on that. Get clear on the limiting beliefs that you've been taught, this old programming. I say this in nearly every video. Whatever your old programming is, tune into it, because you'll notice very quickly when you are in a higher vibration, when you are intentionally creating a specific frequency to create and receive. If other thoughts, limiting beliefs, and old programs and stories get into your realm of perception, learn to observe and identify them, because you are going to notice very quickly that those limiting beliefs are going to be in a different vibration, a lower vibration, a different frequency, and you'll begin to feel how that vibration does not work for you. So get clear on who you are through connection. Connection to what? Connection to your soul. Get clear on who you are. Get clear on who you are not. Get clear on the beliefs that support you, love on you, and feed your soul and your confidence, and then begin to identify what thoughts and beliefs are not resonant with you, get very clear on that, then move in to what it is you want. Who are you? What empowers you? And what do you want to bring into the world? What do you want to create? What do you want to manifest? Whatever it may be. That's clarity. It is a huge part of manifesting. And so I have my fix written down in my notes. So get specific, get clear, tune in. If it feels good, align yourself with that. Your emotions are not really, they can be, and I don't want to knock emotions and I don't want to knock feelings, but I did mention this in another video. Your feelings are an amazing barometer to help guide you back to being on track in flow, your high vibrational self, your aligned self, alignment with soul. So remember, your emotions and feelings are absolutely amazing tools by human design to get you back to feeling good intuitively and in your body and in your mind, so you can move forward with soul fueled confidence to create. Number 5 on the list. I love this one. What can keep you out of flow? Attachment to the outcome. We all know, for those of us who have been, in a spiritual space for a little bit of time, for sure, non attachment is a huge spiritual principle that we know in this space. When we're attached to something, when we cling to something, we lose it. And so it really matters that whatever you are endeavoring to create, make sure that you do not have an attachment to the outcome. Flow thrives in freedom. When you grip too tightly to an outcome, you cut off all the other possibilities. This is really, really huge. And I could think of thousands of examples of how this has worked out for me in my life, where if you begin to focus on a singular outcome and you want things to look this way when you get done, when you get to the end of this project, this endeavor, this creative download, or what, manifesting money, manifesting a house. Oh, I do have a good example. I remember when I wanted to move out of California, and I kept visualizing a moving van. And I don't know, can I say the name brand? I don't think it matters, U-Haul or Penske or whatever it was. And so every time I saw, let's just say, like a U-Haul truck, I'd be like, oh my God, I'm going to move. I'm going to move. I can see the U-Haul. I can see it pulling up to my house. I can see this happening. It's going to happen with a U-Haul truck, with a U-Haul truck, with a U-Haul truck. And guess what? I ended up moving across the country and I did not use a U-Haul truck because the universe had something else in mind. So nothing terrible happened, and maybe that's not like the best analogy that I can come up with, but it's still funny to me to this day. Now that I'm back on the East Coast in the US, I will see a U-Haul truck drive by and I'm like, oh yeah, I wanted to create that and it didn't happen. Stay open to the possibilities, stay open to flow. Attachment is a much lower vibration that can knock you out of alignment and not feeling good in an instant. Okay, number 4 on the list, what can keep you out of flow and how can you get back into it? Emotional resistance and low vibrations. Negative emotions like doubt, like guilt, like frustration, self judgment, judging others, all can lower your frequency. And the beautiful thing about flow state is once you're in it, it almost feels like the rest of the world is disappearing. So feel it, process it, and release it, whatever lower vibration emotion you have going on. I'm not talking about the big emotions like when we lose someone we love and we need to go through that grieving process, right? Like that is definitely a part of this human journey. But I'm talking about like doubt, anxiety, judgment of self, judgment of others. There are shame, guilt, envy, right? All of those lower vibrational energies and feelings that we have, look at it and ask yourself, where the heck is this coming from? And the beautiful thing about being human is that we have an emotion that channels into a feeling that goes into our body, and then we respond. And we can respond in many, many different ways, like, oh my God, whatever. I bounced that check and I thought I had enough money in my account. And then all of a sudden, like a bright and shiny day can go into like, oh my God, I can't believe that happened. And now I've got to deal with this. And then da 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 da. Right. And then we immediately get shifted down into like that three-dimensional human being kind of energy where it just feels like, we could be self deprecating or, judging ourselves or, and for sure, I do want to just say this, and when we judge others and when we compare ourselves to others and when we gossip and engage in that lower vibrational interaction, it definitely will take you out of flow. So breathe in, take a breath, pay attention to your body, pay attention to how you are reacting to stimuli, the triggers in your life, what sets you off, and choose one thing, just one thing in one moment when you are not feeling the flow, when you know you're in a lower vibration. Choose one thing and identify what that is, how it triggers you, how it puts you in a lower vibration, and then let it go. It is not who you are. Your mind and your mindset is simply a perception. You can choose to shift that at any moment in time. I want to say this in a different way because humans have a way of kind of like honing in on like a particular emotion or thought or a belief or a feeling or engaging in like a lower vibration thing like self-deprecation or judging others or judging ourselves, where we just feel like, or we all say like, oh, I need closure, like with a relationship or whatever. You can get rid of anything, you can release anything in an instant energetically if you choose. You are the only one who decides what you are going to linger on and harbor on and perseverate about. You're the one who gets to ultimately decide that. So create an empowered mindset where you're just not going to be that human being anymore. Every tiny, baby, little intentional shift you make matters. It floats into the quantum field. It is the quantum field. And every time you shift in any little tiny, tiny possible way, you are not only helping yourself, you are uplifting the collective consciousness of everyone on the planet. It's such beautiful energy. So you get to decide how you're going to release low vibrations and shift your mindset to just be a little more self aware and just a little more refined, coming from your heart space as a human being to be all you can be in your potential. Number three, what also can keep you out of flow? Fear of making the wrong choice. The fear of making anything wrong, any wrong move can keep you from making any move. Indecision is still a choice. I love this one. It's huge, right? There really is no wrong choice. And I'm saying that with love and I'm saying that with wisdom because I could easily look on my life and start to, look back and be like, oh my God, this is when I was totally aligned and I made this choice and everything worked out. And then, oh, I made this choice and it was the wrong choice and things kind of got a little bit mucky. And, I think that there's no point in talking about, am I doing the right thing? Am I making the right choice? Is this a good decision? Is this a bad decision? Just lean in. Lean into your heart center. Lean into your your third eye, your intuition. Lean into the connection of your soul. Generally, if that choice feels right, you are going to feel in your solar plexus, right underneath your rib cage, right in the middle, that solar plexus chakra. You are either going to be lit up or you're going to be like, this doesn't feel good to me. But at the end of the day, indecision is a choice. So make a decision, because there's wiggle room for mistakes, and some mistakes end up working out to be the most beautiful sort of sidestep and unexpected thing that you were not expecting at all, right? There are really no right and wrong decisions. Lean in, you know the answer, and if you don't, trust the universe, it's okay. But really try to get out of that space of indecision, because the thing about decision, it's aligned with clarity. It is aligned with focus. It is aligned with taking the right action. It is aligned with confidently creating. It is aligned with gathering momentum. There is so much energy in the words that I'm using, so remember them. Decide, get clear, get focused, take aligned action, feel really good in that process, in that flow process, because focus and momentum, you know, invite in more of the same energetically. And so, what do my notes say here? I just want to make sure that I covered it. I completely went off my own script. So, yes, reframe it. Every decision is a learning experience. There are no wrong choices. You're just pivoting in a different way. So, try not to live in fear, and try not to live in really in a state of perfection, because don't forget, when we get in that weirdo space of feeling like we have to be perfect, what is the consequence of that? Procrastination. And then that's when we really knock ourselves out of flow. So stay in flow. Ultimately, there are really no rights and wrongs. You do you. You lean in and feel really good about the choices you're making. Number two on the list, forcing instead of flowing. Oh my gosh, I totally can relate to this. If it feels like you're constantly pushing, if you're out of alignment, flow is the inspired action, not struggle. I can say there have been a few moments in my life where I definitely felt like I wanted to force something to happen. Like, I don't know, like if a warranty expired, but, I was still covered and the company was saying that I wasn't, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, I want, justice here. Right. And so I could just sort of be like a little bit more, I'm going to get what I want out of this situation. But what I've learned over time, it's kind of like the anti Karen, I think. What I've learned over time is, it totally reminds me of my mom. You catch more flies with honey, not vinegar, right? So if you want to stay in flow, right? If you want to get what you want without forcing, without putting that square peg in a round hole, you can still get what you want by simply aligning in that higher vibration. Kindness is, I think, one of the most amazing high vibrational tools that I use to really get what I want often. And I definitely have other weird stories to share, but I think that I won't. I'm going to leave it there with that. But just remember, forcing in a bigger picture, and I can just sort of feel myself just being like, I want this now, right? Like the energy of that hard knock, that lower vibration of like, it's got to be this way. I want this now. And I'm going to make it happen at all costs until like, I'm just going to like wreck my body, wreck my health, wreck my relationship with somebody else, right? Clearly, that is in a lower vibration. That is definitely going to keep you out of flow. And so to me, forcing something to happen lets the universe know vibrationally that you don't trust what's going on, that you are not in flow with the amazing energetic process of how we create here on earth in human form. And so I think just remember that the energy of forcing lets the universe know that you don't trust. That you, in order for you to get what you want and to make things happen, you've got to be forceful. You've got to see it until the bitter end and you've got to do it this way. So try to just take a step back and remember that everything in every moment is all right. Everything is good. The universe doesn't know time. We're here for such a limited amount of time. So just get into your heart center and really focus on that creative process and not forcing an outcome. When you are in that forceful mode, you're blocking out all of the energy and the possibilities, just like I said, with that fear of making the wrong choice. So ask yourself, am I pushing or am I allowing? Do I trust? Do I trust myself, life, the process? Get back into the flow of who you are. This is not even just about creating, this is just about a beautiful, intentional way of living your best, most amazing, flowy life where when you're in a high vibe and you're leaning into joy and into creating and being in awe and being in wonder, magic happens there. Serendipity happens in this space. It's wild, it's incredible. So just remember, flow is really, really powerful. And now, number one, overthinking and analysis paralysis. Your brain wants certainty. The brain is not even good at anything having to do with risk taking, right? The brain is always going to kick in and be like, you can't do that, and then generate like this emotion of fear, and then all of the domino effect that comes from having fear. Flow requires trust. Flow is, remember, flow. You are connected to all that is all the time. One mind, God's mind, the quantum field, the universe, the multiverse, whatever feels right for you, right? And so you are a vessel. When you get an idea, when you get inspiration for something, and it just sets you into a higher vibration and lights up a path, and you're like, oh my God, this is a hell yes, I have to do this. That is what flow is. It is a natural state. We get out of flow when we think of ourselves as, singular, three-dimensional physical beings, and we forget that we are multidimensional. You are a ball of energy. And I'm going to make a video about this in terms of just like the energy of like in each of our cells, and we have 50 trillion of them. So think of like the tiny tiny little bit of energy in one cell and then multiply that by 50 trillion, right? That's who you are. We're electromagnetic beings. We are connected to everything, the grid on the planet, the quantum field, the quantum blanket that is infinite, that is, we're in it. There's just no other way to say it. We are entangled in it. And so it really is important to trust the flow of your life. You don't have to force anything to happen. Don't overthink it. And so the fix for this that I have in my notes is decide quickly, take one aligned step, and let clarity come through action. You can wallow in overthinking and analysis paralysis until the cows come home. Human beings are so good at that. It really is an adaptation of perfectionism and procrastination. It's all kind of the same thing. Like, am I going to do this? Am I going to do this? Well, what if? What if? Number one to me is kind of like the whole sort of ball of wax of what I'm talking about, like limiting beliefs and being attached to an outcome, and overthinking and overanalyzing and procrastination and analysis paralysis. So, why does flow matter? It is your natural state. It is an amazing conscious way of being on the planet. It feels phenomenal. If you want to get into flow with just doing deep work, that's amazing. You don't have to take it outside of the realm of some project that you are creating. But you'll notice that it'll start to infiltrate in other areas of your life. You'll begin to notice, I'm not feeling joyful right now. I wonder what's going on with me. I should probably just tune in for a minute and see how I can raise my vibration a little bit more. So flow definitely, and I'm creating this really new cool offer for everyone. It's all about Zen Flow Immersion, Zen Flow OS, my new operating system for sure for spiritual entrepreneurs and heart centered entrepreneurs and purpose driven seekers. But it's for anyone really who you are hearing the calling to just kick it up a notch in your own potential, or if you're hearing the whispers in your soul from your soul, if you're getting that nudge, if you know that there's more out there for you, if you know that you are ready to up level your way of being in the world, of thinking about who you are, how you experience yourself, your life, your relationships, your relationship with others, with money, wealth consciousness, health consciousness. I mean, the list goes on and on. It's really about, channeling all of this into a beautiful, brilliant, multidimensional abundance mindset. We are here to create, we are here to experience our potential in the most amazing ways. We're here to dream big, we're here to manifest whatever it is that we want. We are here to create, to enjoy, to laugh, to cry, to dance, to sing, to enjoy all of our senses, and to just really fully dive into this human experience, because we just don't even know how long we're going to be here. And the thing about it is that you know who you are. You know that I'm speaking to you right now about this new level of consciousness and this new level of creative energy. You know who we are. We're stepping into that fifth dimension. And so remember, you are a multidimensional being. You are powerful. Your soul is eternal. Your soul is all knowing. You know that. You are connected all of the time. Enjoy. Enjoy the process. Get into flow. And if you like this video, I would love for you to hit subscribe. I would love for you to hit like. Send me a comment. Definitely let me know if you want to hear anything specific about all of the things that I talk about: energy, vibration, manifestation, an abundance mindset, how to create that, Zen flow. Where else can I go with all of this stuff? Multidimensional mindset, which is huge, navigating your life with the understanding that you are dipping in between third, fourth, and fifth dimension all of the time. And lastly, I'm going to put a link in the description box below for my newsletter. It's the best way to get more information, from me and all of the things that I talk about and write about and get on podcasts about and all of that stuff. So I put the link below in the description box to just click, and you can be on my mailing list to get my newsletter. And then if I'm thinking about it, I'll, maybe put a couple of other cool things in there, like a gift or two to, just sort of get you going into this space, like maybe having to do with limiting beliefs or something to that effect. I don't know, but it'll be cool. I assure you. Anyhow, have a beautiful day. Aim to live your life in flow. Raise your level of consciousness, raise your vibration, feel the joy, feel the love. Love who you are, love this life, and have at it. Tune into your infinite potential. Tune in. Mm-hmm. To infinite you. I don't know why. I just started singing at the end. Dun, da, da, da. Not sure what that's about. Have a beautiful day, night, evening, wherever you are, whenever you are watching this. And I will see you all very, very soon. Thank you and namaste.